What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And also today is the huge Liverpool-Arsenal blockbuster top of the table clash in the Premier League. So what is your score prediction after Aston Villa drew against Sheffield United? If Liverpool beat Arsenal, they go top of the Premier League, and that is a massive game. So leave your score predictions down below. And Liverpool are still looking to make January transfers. Liverpool are going to try and sign a midfielder. Cooled our interest in Andre lately, but the newspapers are reporting that Liverpool are going head to head with Bayern Munich and Arsenal for the signature of Joao Palhinha, the brilliant 28-year-old defensive midfielder from Fulham. And Fulham demand around 50 to 60 million pounds for his transfer, even though he just signed a new contract in September. But that was just to protect his value, and Palhinha's agent wants his client to move to a club in the Premier League in the January transfer window. And Bayern Munich are also looking to sign Palhinha. They almost signed him in the summer transfer window. Palhinha flew to Munich on deadline day, but the transfer fell through because there wasn't enough time. And also Liverpool are still looking for a defensive midfielder in the January transfer window. And Bayern Munich at the moment are looking like they are prioritizing a move for a centre-back in the new year. But of course they remain interested in Palhinha as well as Liverpool. And Arsenal are also keen on Palhinha, but their number one target, Arsenal's number one target, is Douglas Luiz, who is having a magnificent season for Aston Villa. The Portuguese international has made 14 appearances in the Premier League, getting 2 goals and 1 assist. So I'm talking about Palhinha here. Palhinha joined Fulham from Sporting Club de Portugal for just 20 million in 2022. So in just 2 years they could pretty much double or triple their investment. But it also depends on how Thiago and Bajcetic, how their fitness is going on. But at the moment, I think with Endo improving and getting better and better, Liverpool are not in desperate need of signing a defensive midfielder right now at this moment. And if Thiago and Bajcetic come back from their injury spells, and if they can stay fit, and that's a big if, because they're both very injury prone players, which is heartbreaking for me to say. Hopefully Bajcetic's injuries are related to his growth spurt. He's now taller than Cody Gakpo, for example, and hopefully when he builds enough muscle up as well, he will be a lot more durable and a lot more injury prone. I don't even know what to say about Thiago. I mean, he's one of my favorite midfielders ever to play for Liverpool, but the fact that he's constantly injured is absolutely heartbreaking. And Florian Plettenberg posted an update on Joao Palhinha's future on Monday night, which is not necessarily good news for Liverpool fans. He said that, I understand Liverpool is not really in the race for Joao Palhinha. He's not a transfer target in the winter transfer window, but crucial days for Palhinha ahead, as many other top clubs want him in January. Talks ongoing. Bayern Munich still want to sign a new defensive midfielder. However, internally, Palhinha is considered too expensive. I mean, there is an argument to be made that paying a 50-60 million pounds for a 28-year-old midfielder is not really the best investment, because you don't really get any return. If he signs a 5-year contract and he stays for 4 years and then you want to sell him on, you basically have no resale value. On the other hand, if, for example, Ryan Gravenberch, 21, 22 years old, he only cost 35 million. If in 4 years Liverpool decide to sell Gravenberch, you pretty much get back his value, or maybe even more than what you paid for him. But the other side of the coin, the other side of the argument is, if you pay 50 million for Palhinha and he helps you win the Premier League title, and by the way, Rodri got a knee injury in Manchester City's Club World Cup final win. They beat Fluminense, the South America Copa Libertadores champions, 4-0, and it was not as one-sided as the scoreline suggests, but Rodri got an injury. And remember, the 4 games that Rodri missed, Man City lost all 4 of them. I'm not saying that they will keep losing without Rodri, but they are definitely a lot weaker without Rodri. And if Haaland, De Bruyne and Rodri keep picking up injuries this season or suspensions, then the title race is really open. Some newspapers are even saying that Joao Palhinha is ready to put in a transfer request at Fulham to force through a move in the January transfer window, because his big dream collapsed of going to a really big club playing in the Champions League, to Bayern Munich, and he definitely doesn't want to wait around and stay at Fulham because, yeah, they are not even playing in European competition, and the best Fulham can hope for is probably a top 10 finish and maybe getting to the League Cup final, but they have Liverpool in the semi-finals and hopefully Liverpool will beat them. So there are conflicting reports because, for example, transfer journalist Dean Jones has said that Liverpool are still have a huge interest in Palhinha. He said, "I'm surprised Liverpool haven't already made their move on Palhinha. If they were going to do it, they have had their eye on him for the past year. It seems very clear to me that Palhinha is a player that Liverpool could do with. He would help them massively. If Palhinha was playing number 6 for Liverpool, I think they would have an even better chance, a much better chance of going on to win the Premier League title this season than they would without him. Certainly when you see McAllister having to play that role, there doesn't seem to be a defined person right now at Liverpool who can play that role. I mean, that's Endo right now. I think Endo is the defined person for that defined role, the defensive midfield role. But the argument is Endo good enough to start the majority of the games and help Liverpool win the title? I mean, if we have most of our other midfielders fit and available, then definitely. But when McAllister and Bajcetic, Thiago and Gravenberch are picking up injuries, Curtis Jones picking up injuries, you could argue that Liverpool might need to sign another midfielder just because we have so many players injured in the midfield department at all times. But Endo has been improving and developing, and Jurgen Klopp would rather develop players who he already has than just look at the transfer market for solutions. But Palhinha, you could argue he has more to his game than Endo in terms of he can provide goals and assists, even though Endo scored a brilliant goal in Liverpool's 4-3 win against Fulham. Will he do that regularly? I'm not sure, but Palhinha also I'm not sure if he will score 5 to 10 goals a season for Liverpool. That's debatable as well. So is it worth it to pay 50-60 million for a 28-year-old midfielder? That's the big question that Liverpool have to think about. And David Ornstein believes that neither Fulham's Palhinha nor Fluminense's Andre are likely to become Liverpool players in the January transfer window. I understand that Palhinha's price is very steep, it's like 50-60 million. The fact that we haven't pursued Andre really baffles me, because for 25-30 million he's an absolute bargain. So maybe Liverpool saw something in their scout reports that they didn't like, or maybe they think Thiago and Bajcetic is very close, they are very close to returning, and we don't really need a defensive midfielder right now. David Ornstein wrote, Liverpool are contesting for 4 trophies this season, and despite a perception that Jurgen Klopp's men still lack something, there seems to be no sense of internal alarm. Things can change, and Liverpool are always looking at openings that may crop up. For example, Cody Gakpo last winter, Liverpool weren't going to sign him, but then the opportunity arose that we could sign him for a pretty cheap price, and we went for it. But the forthcoming window is not anticipated to be very busy for Liverpool. I mean, it doesn't need to be busy. We just need, I think, one signing, one centre-back or one defensive midfielder, whoever Liverpool think will help us the most. And at the moment, we still have Kwanzaa, Joe Gomez, Konate and Van Dijk, so we still have 4 centre-backs. But because Joe Gomez has to play backup right back, backup left back, you could argue we really have 3 centre-backs at our disposal. If one of them get injured, then Liverpool are in big trouble. David Ornstein said, Joao Palhinha has been linked with Liverpool, but nothing is expected to emerge on this. Liverpool believe their midfield is in good shape, and their normal profile would be different to Palhinha, not a 28-year-old, and he also has a pretty high transfer fee. So that's the big question I have. I'm not sure if Liverpool would spend 50-60 million pounds on a 28-year-old midfielder. That's not how Liverpool usually do business. Yes, we signed Endo for 30 million, but he was a bargain. He cost 15 million pounds, so it's not a lot of money from Liverpool's point of view. And David Ornstein answers the question as well in his column of why Liverpool are not going after Andre Trindade of Fluminense. When Liverpool found themselves trying to strengthen at the number 6 position in the summer transfer window, various options were explored. A call was made about the availability of Andre Trindade of Fluminense. It did not work out for either party in the summer, and an alternative route was pursued. We ended up signing Gravenberch, who has been brilliant, quite good. But that removes him from the agenda now, David Ornstein said. Because Liverpool signed Gravenberch, we don't need to sign Andre. and because Liverpool have Thiago and Bajcetic coming back. But we also have to factor in Thiago is going to leave at the end of the season anyway, and to pick up Andre for 25-30 million, a hugely talented player, I think Liverpool can do a lot worse than that in the transfer market. But yeah, let me know what do you think about this. I would love to hear your opinion. And Jurgen Klopp also spoke about the insanely hectic and insanely busy December schedule. He said that between games we have half an hour training sessions and that's it. On Thursday we were out for recovery and half an hour of training. That's it. We played Wednesday. Tuesday, shorter than normal session. We had set pieces and tactical stuff. 35 minutes of a session. Monday, it was a recovery. And Sunday, we had a game. Saturday, another 35 minutes of training. Friday, recovery. Thursday, we played a game. I saw that West Ham played a 12:30 kickoff today. You have to ask the question, is that right? You are playing a competition where each team should get the same treatment. People think it's alright to put West Ham in that game and criticize David Moyes in the week when he makes changes against Liverpool in the League Cup. Well, what was his alternative? We have to make changes, otherwise you cannot get through this. We play at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow, and that means the boys sleep longer. West Ham get up at 7:30 and at 9 they throw in the noodles. How is that fair? Why can't they look at that, whoever is doing it? For once, put your club shirt away and just think about general football problems. Something has to change. They say, well, yes, but you signed the broadcasting contract. It has nothing to do with that, Jurgen Klopp said. I think all clubs should come together on this and demand that there is a consideration taken into account. If a club plays on Wednesday, you shouldn't put him on a Saturday at an early kickoff. Put clubs who play on Tuesday on a Saturday early kickoff. And I mean, I don't understand. Liverpool are playing Europa League this season. We are playing a lot of games on Thursday, yet Liverpool have the most 12:30 early kickoffs on a Saturday. And if you know about football preparation a little bit, you have to get up at 7:30, as Jurgen Klopp said. You have to eat your carbohydrates, your carbs, at 9 to be in peak condition at 12:30. So imagine eating pasta at 9 o'clock in the morning when you're still, your body is still waking up. And you have to try and perform at peak condition at 12:30. That's not ideal for any footballer, especially if you played on Wednesday. That's what I don't understand, why they are doing this. Yeah, well, I understand. They are doing this for money. All they care about, the broadcasters, the TV companies, is money, their bottom line. They don't care about the footballers. And they should, because the football itself, the game that you are showing on TV, it's a better product, it's a better game if footballers are well rested, both mentally and physically. If they are well rested, they perform better and you see a more entertaining game. And you don't see you wouldn't see that many injuries, and you would also get more entertainment out of it. But unless something drastic happens and all clubs come together, join forces and demand change, I don't see anything changing. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I will also do a Liverpool-Arsenal preview later today for the big game. Really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.